Hey everyone, Blind Striker here, back with another video. Today in this box, I have the Beats Studio Buds Plus, and I'm going to unbox them, compare them to my Pixels and AirPods, and also share my overall thoughts between the three. But before we do all of that, I thought I would talk a little bit about Beats for those of you who may not know what they are. So Beats are essentially owned by Apple. Back in the day, they used to be their own company until Apple bought them out. Beats sell basically more affordable things when it comes to buying stuff at Apple. They sell chargers, they sell phone cases, they sell speakers, they sell headphones, and that's pretty much it. So, with that all being said, let's jump into the video and start off with unboxing these. So, a couple of things I want to mention before unboxing these is one, these are newly refurbished, which basically just means that these were pre-owned and they were refurbished to look like they are new. And the second thing that I do want to mention is the fact that these headphones have been opened. I have opened them just to take all the packaging out. However, I've never used them yet. So now that I addressed those two things, let's actually open these here. So open it up. The first thing that I am pulling out of the box here is the ear tips. There is a large and a small. At least I think that's what these things are. At least when it comes to sizes. I know they're the ear tips. I just don't know what size they are. The second thing we got in here is the charger. Now it looks a little beat up. I think it feels beat up, but I'm sure it looks beat up too. And then finally, you get the beats themselves. Now, the beats, along with the case, are a black and gold finish. A gold B with the case actually being black, which is really cool. Now, when opening these for the first time, the pair button I've noticed already is that it's in the middle of the case, unlike my Pixels and my AirPods, which have the pair button on the outside of the case, which is pretty interesting. Um, when taking them out, it seems like there is a good grip on these things. My AirPods, you have to grab them from the stem, and the Pixels are just, I don't know, they're small enough to grab. I'm putting them in my ears, and they feel all right. I have them in the noise cancellation mode just to kind of test that out a little bit as we're recording here, and it's blocking out pretty much everything. To compare it, it actually is probably a lot better than my AirPods, which is really saying something considering the fact that these are a lot cheaper. And then when it comes to the Pixels, I think maybe they're slightly better. So now that we kind of showed off all of the things here, the different specs of these AirPods, Beats, whatever you want to call them, let's talk about the actual features that you get built into the headphones because I think that's where the Beats actually lack a lot of the features. But again, if they're more affordable, they're cheaper and, you know, not Apple, I can understand why. So let's get into the features now. I have my Beats in my left hand and my phone in my right hand, which would be your guys's left for my phone and your guys's right for my headphones. So I'm gonna open up my headphones here. Alert, Beat Studio Buds Plus, heading. And immediately it pops up with the Beat Studio Buds Plus to connect them. Close, button, connect, button. You're gonna connect them. Connect. Beat Studio Buds Plus, heading. And close, heading, close. It's taking a little bit of time to connect. Beat Studio Buds Plus, heading. Close, button, AirPods, 100%. Case, 48%. Continue, button. Okay, continue. Messenger. Double tap to open. So they are connected, which this seems a little different with AirPods because AirPods, it will guide you through the features. But anyways, let's go into the settings here. Open settings. Wi-Fi, TDS, airplane mode, switch up, Scott's Beat Studio Buds Plus, button. And here it is. It says Scott's Beats Studio Buds Plus at the very top of the settings menu. And then it will give me the battery percentage of each AirPod. So left AirPod 100,
Earbud 100%.
right 100,
Case 48%.
48% for the case. Now here's the features that you get with the earbuds, these ones compared to the AirPods.
Name. Scott's Beat Studio Buds. Listening mode. Heading.
So there's the listening mode.
Selected. Off. Button. 1 of 3.
I have it off,
Transparency. Button. 2 of 3.
transparency,
Noise cancellation. Button. 3 of 3.
or noise cancellation.
Selected. Off. Button. 1 of 3. Transparency. Button. 2 of 3. Selected. Transparency.
So
2
we're
of
gonna
3.
put it in transparency. Now, with the AirPods and the Pixel Buds, you do get the adaptive listening mode, which allows the user to have a mixture of noise cancellation along with transparency. Unfortunately, with the Pixels, since how they are designed, you would not get that on the iPhone since it's a Google feature, I guess. It's its own ecosystem, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna keep scrolling down.
Noise cancellation. Button. 3 of 3. Press and hold. Button.
You get press and hold. Now this is very interesting compared to the AirPods and the Pixel Buds because when you go in
Volume control.
here,
Switch button. Off.
there
Double
is
tap to toggle setting.
volume control, which is different. The AirPods and the Pixel Buds offer either Siri or they offer to switch between the modes itself.
Press and hold on either the left or right earbud to adjust volume up and down.
So right now, it's just telling me what it can do. There are little buttons on the Beats themselves, which I find pretty interesting and a little annoying,
Left earbud.
but that's
Listening mode.
okay.
Button. Right earbud. Listening mode. Button.
And then I can select the listening mode of how I want it to be, whether it's the volume adjustment or having it cycle through the cancellations. Now, I can do is put one earbud, have it turn up the volume, and then other earbud turn down the volume. Unfortunately, when you select the volume mode, it's only for the specific thing you want it to do, whether it's
Screen dim.
turn up or turn down. So let me
1 p.m.
unlock my phone again.
Scott's Beat Studio Buds Plus. Heading. Scott's Beat Studio Buds Plus. Heading. Close. Button.
Okay, for some reason it popped up
1
again.
p.m.
Unlocking.
Left earbud. Listening mode. Scott's Beat Studio Bud. Scott's Beat Studio Buds.
So I'm gonna go back here.
Selected. Transparency. Noise cancellation. Press custom call. Answer call. Press once.
And then it will give you the call options as the next opportunity or feature, I should say. You can answer call,
Answer call. Press once.
press once on the headphones,
Mute and unmute. Press once. Button.
press once to mute or unmute your mic,
End call. Press twice. Button.
and call, you can press the headphones twice. Now that's pretty much the same options with the Pixel Buds along with the AirPods.
Microphone. Automatic. Button.
Microphone can be automatic. You can kind of select which microphone you want for the headphones along with the AirPods and Pixel. I think that's pretty much the same standard feature.
Show and find my. Button.
And then you can do the show and find my.
About. Heading.
It gives you the about details.
Model number. A 2008. Serial number. LP. Version. 2C318. Case name. Beat Studio Buds Plus. Case. Coverage expired. Button. Disconnect. Button.
And there is the disconnect here at the very bottom. So that is pretty much all of the features that you get. Now, to kind of go over the features that you get with the AirPods, because the Pixel Buds essentially are a middle tier when it comes to features. The AirPods, you get the head gestures, so you can nod your head yes or shake your head no to answer or decline calls, send or don't send messages. Basically, if Siri asks you a yes or no question, you can do those gestures. Then, like I mentioned, you do get the adaptive mode in between transparency and noise cancellation with the AirPods. You get the little stem support, so when you're in like the camera, like I'm recording right now, you can record directly from the stem. If you press the little button, it will start recording, which is honestly really cool. But yeah, so that's pretty much it between the AirPods and the Beats. And regarding the Pixels, I think the Pixels have most of those features are within the Pixels. It's just, Pixels working on iPhone, you don't really get an opportunity with all those features because they are a Google product. Now, to end this off, I honestly have to say the pros of the Beats is that they're very lightweight, they're easy to grab out of the case, they're very magnetic, and they seem pretty simple, right? So if you're an average person that wants a simple pair of headphones and you don't really care about all the features, then I would go with Beats. However, something that I've noticed with Beats as of trying these out in this video is that the button can get very annoying. I really wish, there were more features that these had, such as activating Siri with the Beats, which unfortunately you can't really do unless you talk to it. But the button controls, the volume controls are very annoying. I wish there was no button indication. I wish it was more like the AirPods where you can um kind of swipe your finger up or down, and then the Pixels, they have the little button that you can press to have it do all sorts of different gestures, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I think between all of the three, I would have to say I probably do like the Beats. I definitely wouldn't use them all the time. It would be more of a short periods of time, and then I'll switch over to like my Pixels or my AirPods. But yeah, overall, there's definitely different use cases for each headphones that I have here, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Any suggestions for future YouTube videos, please let me know. And yeah, I will catch you all in the next one.